If you were on your deathbed right now, what would you do? One of the most hated topics among human beings, because human beings do not want to be interrupted from their pleasures by the remembrance of death. Death can be scary, but when you know why it exists and how it is, I guess it becomes easier to embrace the truth that each and every one of us will surely one time test it and go back to God and wait for judgment day. It feels like someone seems afraid of what is to come and are trying their level best to do good, but feel as if their past, which feels like shadowing everything, might work against them. While we are all the same, we all get scared of that which we don't know. There are people who have done evil all their lives, but before they passed away, they sincerely repented, they earned heaven. So you never know. So welcome back if you're coming back, and welcome if it's your first time. You're all appreciated. Thank you for passing by, and welcome again to the new subscribers. Welcome to the family. And I hope you benefit. So let's dive into this message. Death is just a transition from 3D to 5D and probably other higher dimensions. However, not all of us want to accept this truth, because it just takes away the test of illusion of the matrix from our lives. So we do not want to face the truth that one day all that we have on 3D will end. We know this will happen, but we do not want to prepare for what we should really be preparing for. We are on a journey and just as how we do not put so much hope in possessing things on the way normally when we are on a journey, it's the same way we should for our lives on earth. Live as how you will never die, but live as if you will die tomorrow. Or not just that, maybe even the next second you could just die. Okay, I can understand it. It feels disturbing to listen to this, but come on, right? It is what it is. Some people do things not caring that they just might die while they were doing what they were doing. Whatever you have been doing or how you have been living in this world, that is just how you would die. For example, if you were someone who was always on the road, going from one place to another, always on the road, you will die on the road while you were doing what you were doing or where you were going to. I had a late uncle, my father's brother. He was always in trips. He was always on the road, and he died on one of his trips, if I'm to give an example. So there is a solution for everything in this life. Even the deadliest diseases has a solution. Everything has a solution, and only one thing has no solution, and that is death. When your time comes for you to die, which has already been written a long time ago by God, the Most High, when that time comes, not even a second will be lengthened. You will go. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm just telling you the facts. When I say go, I mean your soul comes out of your physical body, and for 7 days, you are allowed to still wander where you normally live. I mean, your soul will wander around there. That is meant for your soul to adjust to the fifth dimension that it has moved to, so that you are also able to say goodbye, probably to your loved ones. When you pass away, you might not realize it, because it will feel like just one of your dreams and like just any astral projection. Because when you go to sleep every night, you're experiencing half death. Your soul each and every night leaves your body to go wandering somewhere else in the dream realm, in the spirit world where time does not count. There is just now in the spirit world, being present. The past, the present, and the future all merge into one. That is why you can experience so many things in just a quarter of a second in the dream realm. Time does not exist. Time only exists in 3 dimensions where everything is nothing but an illusion. I mean, look at your hand. It feels real, right? Yes, it does, but that is not real because you are actually asleep. When you are in 3 dimensions, you are asleep, and when you are in 5 dimensions, you are awake. It might sound confusing, but that is nothing but the truth. That is why as long as we are living in 3D, we are on a journey. It is a journey experience that is temporary. Just like the way you think. I guess that's why God gave us sleep, in order for us to really understand how it's going to be. It's temporary. You sleep at night, you wake up during the day. To show you it's temporary. Sleep is nothing but temporary, and in 3D we are asleep while our eyes are still open. And that's why it is you are advised not to overreact to anything that you experience, whether sadness or happiness. In this 3 dimension, try balancing those emotions towards anything you experience, because it is just a temporary experience that is meant for you to just observe, learn, and acknowledge. But most of us, how are we? We always overreact to everything, thinking it is real. No, everything is nothing but trial and tribulations that are temporary. The real thing happens when you pass on to 5D. Life on earth is nothing but a playground to explore and learn values. Have you watched or heard tales of martyrs of any kind? Generally, when they pass away, it is like they are rejoicing, and most of them hold smiles and look as if they are still alive. And that is because they know that they have transitioned to a world that is real from the unreal one. And by the way, this is my opinion. I'm guided to express it this way. You don't need to agree if you don't want to. God gave you free will to choose, and your soul can always tell you what is right and what is wrong, as long as ego is not involved. Anyway, so when you go to sleep, try being clean both physically as well as spiritually by making a prayer, asking for protection and guidance for your soul when in the dream realm, because that would dictate as to where you might go or end up in. And if by any chance you end up somewhere unfavorable and feel unsafe, you could call for help from God, and that's how you end up waking up. Have you any idea that when you are sleeping, if you are in a clean state, angels come and stand before you, praying for you, or even might turn you if your position was uncomfortable? Come to think of that, I just remembered my elder sis telling me that when I'm asleep, she hardly knows if I'm asleep or not, because I wake up in the same position I went to sleep in. That struck me as funny, and I don't know, it sounds unbelievable. But then I can't see me when I'm sleeping, so only God knows the truth. So make prayers of protection when you go to sleep, because at the same time, you don't know if you will wake up or not. That is why when you wake up too, give thanks to and show gratitude for having been able to see another day. So these are what happens in association with death, to be short. And by the way, the death angel always looks into your face every night to see if your time has come or not. Be mindful. And that's not to make you scared again, but to tell you to be mindful that you can pass on any second. We all know our birth times and deaths, but no one knows their death time. That's why you're told, live in this world as if you will never die, but prepare for the next world as if you'll die tomorrow. Of course, there are exceptions for those highly favored by God. They get informed 40 days before they pass away to have time to say goodbye to loved ones. So I pray to God that it is to my hope that we all get favored to be able to live our lives in peace of heart and live this 3D world in the best way as ever. Amen. And for that, I'm guided to stop here, and I hope this helps. There's a lot which can be said about death, and there are so many mysterious things. But this is the much I'm guided to give right now, and I hope it helps somebody to understand things much better in this. There really is nothing to be scared of, especially if you have been doing good, striving to do good in all ways, and if you have repented sincerely to God, then you have nothing to worry about, because God is all forgiving. So have a great day, and I hope it helps. So till next time, take care and God bless.